Hello artists, so we're going to see if we can draw an orca whale. Here is a picture of an orca here on my computer. They are one of the coolest whales in the ocean. They're actually part of the dolphin family. And before we start drawing anything, it's often good to look at what it actually looks like in real life, if you can. So we want to notice that it's black and white. I think this along here is just sort of the shadows and light coming through from the ocean above. But notice it has these two big fins here. It's pectoral fins. And look where its mouth is here on the very end, right? Different from a shark whose mouth is kind of down here more. Way up here on the end. And it's black on top, white underneath. It's got a big dorsal fin, pretty tall, right? And then it's got this white part that comes up like that. A lot of underneath its body is actually white, so you kind of see this part coming up. It's got this white part here behind his eye. His eye is in the black area, but then there's this white part, kind of a sideways teardrop maybe. Then this little part here, kind of whitish grayish. And then look at his tail. It's different from a shark, isn't it? A shark's tail would be going more vertically up and down, where this one is more kind of sideways. If you look down on it, it looks like that, right? Okay guys, so we're gonna see if we can draw an orca whale. Okay, so we're gonna start by, and we're gonna make it more like we're looking straight at it from the side, because that'll be just a little bit easier way to draw it at first. So we're gonna start with that kind of long, narrowish shape, like when we drew the shark. So, kind of a long shape like that. Okay, and I'm drawing softly because I might want to erase something, okay? But that's kind of the general body shape at first. Then I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can get the tail on there now. So it kind of comes up and up. And then the whale tail kind of has this curvy line, a little different from a shark. Okay, and then I'll probably erase that line because I don't need that one anymore. It might have been better if I made the tail even bigger, but I think that's okay. I can always make it bigger later. Then I'm gonna go ahead and add on the pectoral fin. That's this fin here. And I can erase that line. So see why it's so important that we draw really softly, so we can erase any lines we don't need. And then the dorsal fin is that really tall fin. That's kind of right in the middle of his back, so it's pretty tall. Kind of like that, and I'm gonna erase that line. Okay, and then the next thing we're gonna do is start adding in some of those lines that show the difference between the black and the white areas. And his mouth is kind of right about there at the very end. So I'm actually gonna extend this line of his pectoral fin right up to there, kind of like that. And I actually want the end of his mouth to come out just a little bit, kind of like that. So this will actually be a white section. And then I'm gonna get this other white section back here, which kind of does this sort of a thing. Something like that, okay? And the other little white part kind of comes over here. That part's a little more grayish actually, okay? And then we want this white part. This almost looks like an eyebrow in a way. That's that kind of teardropped, sideways teardrop. And then the eye is actually right here. Okay, and then you can color in your whale, black and white. The only other thing maybe I would change is I might wanna smooth this line out a little bit, make it come down just a little so his body gets a little bit narrower, coming to his tail, and I might change that one just a little too, just a little narrower. Okay guys, and there we have a killer whale or orca whale.